New Miami City Commissioner Francis Suarez, the youngest lawmaker on the dais, was elected only about 3 months ago amid city leadership and financial woes that have continued every day in office since. But he says he ran with the people in mind and plans to keep them in mind. Commissioner Suarez's plan? To strike a balance between what he calls the micro and macro issues, everything from fixing sidewalks to dealing with the city's tens of millions of dollars budget deficit, as well as hundreds of millions in unfunded pension liabilities. Commissioner Suarez talked strategy with us in this week's profile. I'm Risa Polanski, reporting from Miami Today.
Yeah, my message to the business community would be to please contact us if you have staffing needs. We would love to help be a conduit between your company and the residents that are calling us and that are requesting information. We also always encourage your ideas on how to make our city better. Obviously, we're dealing with and working on Miami 21 right now and some of the issues, and that's something that we should get a lot of business input on, particularly certain things that may impact them financially. We have one proposal which, we obviously want to build green in the city of Miami. That's a big emphasis. And in our society, I think there's a general trend to build green and to be environmentally conscious about your building. But we got to structure it in the right way. We have to give people incentives to build green. We can't penalize them for not building green, because at the end of the day, we want to do it. We want to use the carrot approach and not the stick, approach. I think in the city, and we want to foster development because when people develop, that adds to our tax base. It allows us to have more activities that we can enjoy, whether they be restaurants, whether they be tourist attractions. Obviously, a big part of our economy is tourist-based, so we want to maintain a vibrant commercial sector. In our commercial centers in Coconut Grove and downtown and other parts of the city that become, the design district, that have become vibrant commercial sectors. We want to do everything we can as a city to continue to promote that development and that growth economically. And any ideas that any members of the business community have, my door is open. I'm very available, very easily accessible. That's also part of my philosophy, is to be very easily accessible. I give out my cell phone number liberally, and if you want, you can print it on your paper. It's 305-992-3342. And our office number is 305-250-5420. And I have absolutely no qualms giving it. Our job kind of falls into two categories. There's what I call the micro issues and the macro issues. The micro issues, interestingly, are 90% of what our constituents are concerned about, which is, there is illegal dumping at this particular area. Please have somebody go clean it up. Our sidewalks are broken. Our street needs to be repaved. We have flooding. There's crime in this particular area. That constitutes 80 to 90% of resident concerns. Now, as a commissioner, I'm also concerned with the macro issues because I never want to have to go back to the residents and say, look, we mismanaged your dollars, we mismanage your government, and we need this, that, or the other. So I'm very concerned about the macro issues right now because they can become problematic very quickly, and they can supplant the micro issues in their minds very, very, very quickly. So it's a tough balancing act. I don't think we give one a priority over the other. They're both critical, as far as I'm concerned. Even though I say micro and macro, I think they're both critical. I try to deal with it as seriously and as quickly as I possibly can so that we can move forward, because ultimately, in this short period of time, it seems like it's been one issue after the other.